close to the midway mark here in season 2. The Hornets sit at 8-19. We've had some progress, but overall, obviously, we're still right around the same area that we were last year. I mean, we're the 10 seed right now, barely. Struggling at home. Not doing great on the road, but we're doing better on the road than we are at home for some reason. The Celtics are struggling really, really heavily. Once again, they are 4-34. That is a crazy thing to see, but I can't really say I'm unhappy. This team wasn't a team that I expected to, jump straight into finals contention. I just really want to keep this young core together. We've got Melo, we've got Brandon Miller, Stephon Castle, Mark Williams. Those four guys are the core four for me. But I think that we can reach around them and we can get the pieces that we have better. And that's why we brought in guys like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Drew Holiday, Nikola Jovic. Miles Bridges is still here, but he's definitely not safe. I think there's a lot of pieces out there that are better than what we have around our core. As we see, the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference is the Atlanta Hawks, and they have a second-year guy playing or starting for them as well. Alexander Sarr out of France, the 7-1 center, is having a good year. 13.6 points per game, a good amount of rebounds, good amount of blocks. I'm pretty impressed with how the Hawks have turned things around, especially considering they're starting 276 overalls in their starting lineup. But right behind them, you've got the Pacers, and the Pacers have just held their roster together. Philadelphia, about the same as we remember. The Cavs, without Donovan Mitchell, they're holding themselves together with glue. They are, kind of straggling this team forward. And I think I'm going to make the move to put Kelly Oubre at shooting guard just because it makes more sense to start him than to have Edmund Sumner coming in as the starting shooting guard. The Bucks look like they're going to be back in the playoffs. They missed last season in this world, at least. They made a trade. They got rid of Chris Middleton. In return, they got Michael Porter Jr., and they look okay. Not crazy good or anything. The Thunder, obviously the favorites to win it all. You've got Shea, James Harden, Lou Dort, Kawhi, Chet Holmgren. Then you still have J-Dub off the bench. You still have James Wiseman, DeMar DeRozan, Andre Drummond, Hamidou Diallo, Trey. I mean, this team is crazy. Crazy. But the Clippers, don't sleep on the Clippers. They went into a complete rebuild and somehow are the 2 seed. They brought in Donovan Mitchell. They brought in Kyrie. They drafted Damon Reed. And that is impressive how that front office was able to turn things around after losing Paul George, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and Kawhi Leonard all in one offseason. They turned it around heavy. As, we are going to take on a team I don't think we've played yet in the Utah Jazz here in Salt Lake City. Mark Williams can't win the jump ball. The Jazz are a young roster. They've got a lot of good pieces. As you'll see, their starting lineup: Keontae George, RJ Barrett, Walker Kessler, Scotty Barnes, and Colin Sexton. As RJ Barrett looks to get things started from 3. RJ Barrett went on a couple of teams now around the NBA. Started with the Knicks, obviously, as Jovic gets this going here early. Started with the Knicks, went to Toronto for a year, and found his home here in Utah. Same with Scotty Barnes, who has found his way to Utah on a max contract this previous offseason. Now it's a 7-6 start. Melo driving. Melo to the basket. Good job there by LaMelo. Putting straight past the defense. Scotty Barnes, good contest, but you can't be that late on a contest with LaMelo. He's got 4 in this first quarter now. It can fade. LaMelo, nice little stumble. Kicks it out. Jovic for 3. Nikola Jovic is good from deep. Trying to start here over Miles Bridges, who has been out for a couple with an ankle injury now. As we're going to see Walker Kessler gets rejected off the backboard. Brandon Miller ahead to Castle. Stephon Castle with the left-handed floating layup. The Hornets out 17-9 here early in this first quarter. Now Colin Sexton slowing things down here as he hits the 3. Big shot there for momentum. If you're a Jazz fan, Melo can't hit the free throw now. Jazz trying to get back into this one. Keontae George off to the break, and there it is, throwing it down. Keontae George to the basket. A late contest from Stephon Castle, but that's not going to do much on these athletic young guards. Now Brandon Miller screen from Nick Richards, lobbing it. Nick Richards trying to keep his spot on the roster I'm very torn about Nick Richards. He has been a very solid backup. I do think we maybe don't need him anymore. But Willard Bell doesn't necessarily play as your traditional center, as Tyus Jones misses the three. So I'm really debating whether we need Nick Richards around or whether we should be on the move, or send him on the move just to get him out of here on another team. And LaMelo sizing up Tyus Jones and responds after the missed three from Jones. Melo hits one right in his face. 31-22 now. Melo has 8 assists in the first. Tyus Jones running the offense. He's one of the better consistent guards in the NBA. Jones, though, pump fakes. Taylor Hendricks at the horn, hits it late in the shot clock. As Melo, still a mismatch. I like this matchup with Tyus Jones on him. LaMelo driving, kicks it out. Willard Bell for 3, and the rookie hits it to start the second quarter with a 3-ball. 38-30. Tyus Jones step back jumper is good. Impressive there from the playmaker typically, as Taylor Hendricks snaps that one out of the air. Jones to the basket, up and through the contact, in the backup point guard starting to look like the starter right now as they tie it up after a quick 6-0 run. Scotty Barnes stepped through, and a height advantage there. He's going to give the Jazz the lead quickly in this one. Stephon Castle kicks it. KCP lets it fly, and he's got 8.5. Contavious Caldwell-Pope has been pivotal over the last few months off the bench with that three-point shot being so consistent. Drew Holiday misses the little turnaround floater, snatches it away from Jones, pumps, kicks it down to Mark Williams, and a big turn of events there now as we see a miss there. 55 all late in the second quarter. RJ Barrett up the court. Good defense from Brandon Miller. Barrett kicks it. Vanderbilt for 3 is good. He's not known for that shot, but he can do it when needed. Good contest from Willard Bell here to start the third quarter. 7 minutes and 40 seconds left. 2-point ball game. Melo kicks it. Bell running the full court. There is an impressive display of athleticism from the rookie. Good defensive contest. And then sprinting full speed in order to get open, as Low Collins section and hesitation behind the back gets him open, and Kevin Ollie calling a timeout. The Jazz have an answer for everything. After that run in the second quarter, the Hornets just haven't been able to take the lead again, but KCP has other answers. A big shot there from the veteran small forward on the perimeter. He has 13 on the day now as the Hornets take a 1-point lead. Sexton looks to respond, can't get it to fall. LaMelo off to the races. KCP pulls up, and it's good. 16 for Pope and the Hornets take a 4-point lead. Beautiful jab step, keeping Tyus Jones in the paint. Still manages to hit the 3, so the Jazz let the Hornets go on a bit of a run there. Scotty Barnes pumps. Driving, Barnes kicks it. Keontae George contested is good. Trey Mann right in his face, right in the grill of George, but he still managed to hit that one. So a good shot there from this third-year guard. He hasn't, done anything too crazy for the Jazz, but he's a pretty good overall now. KCP kicks it down. Willard Bell pumping up and around. The left-handed layup is good. He has 9 on the day, but Keontae George missing the 3. A 1-point game for the Hornets still. 78-77. KCP drives, kicks it to Bell, out to Mann. Beautiful ball movement. Corner 3 is good. Trey Mann sends the third quarter packing with a big 3-point shot from the corner now. 81-79 to start the fourth. The Hornets trying to keep this lead. Holiday kicks it. Brandon Miller on the perimeter. His first 3 of the day. He has 7. Hornets trying to keep this 3-point shooting hot. Brandon looking for another one, hitting another one. Back-to-back 3s from the perimeter for Brandon Miller. 87-81. Tyus Jones looks to respond. Heavily contested, but he hits it. Jazz sticking around here. 87-84. Brandon Miller guarded by Hendricks. Good screen. Miller 3 in a row, and it's another one. He is unconscious from 3 right now. Jazz find themselves down by 6. Jones pulls up, hitting the mid-range jumper. Tyus Jones with 17 on the day. He is leading this Jazz team to a tight matchup here. Brandon Miller, big offensive board down low. after the missed mid-range jumper from Trey Mann, trying to reset now. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Holiday, step back, throws it away to Vanderbilt. Jones on the fast break, kicking it down low. Hendricks kicks it out to Jones, again from 3, and it's good. Tyus Jones ties it up. 96 all with 6:20 remaining. Stephon Castle quiet so far, and he's going to hit that one. Busts the foul. He has a 4-5 game right now. Big points there for Castle. Now a big point there. Big layup for Jovic. Beautiful dish by Castle. Gets him on the inside at the last second, and they now are up by 5. 103-98. Under 3 minutes now to go. Sexton kicks it. Kessler not a shooter, so he's going to be able to left open. Trying to double team Scotty Barnes. Walker Kessler drives into the paint, stumbling up over Melo. Clutch with a little fading jumper there for Walker Kessler on the mismatch. 103-100. Kessler getting the screen. He's going to go to Scotty Barnes. Contested jumper is good. Timeout for the Hornets. Kevin Ollie wants a second to talk about it. As a 103 ball game right now. Under 2 minutes to go. LaMelo kicks it to Castle, who drives up over Sexton. Tough layup there. 105-103. RJ Barrett ahead. Scotty Barnes spinning, kicks it. Kessler driving, gets it to fall. Thought that one was going to roll out. Under 51 seconds now, and the Jazz tie game have a chance to take the lead. Scotty Barnes, shimmy, left hand hook is no good. I mean, right hand hook, actually. Can't get it to fall. Now 40 seconds left. Brandon Miller driving, spinning, resetting. Good decision. Don't force one up. 30 seconds, 12 on the shot clock. LaMelo, guarded by George, gets the screen. Good defense, spinning, kicking it down, and Mark Williams slamming it. The Jazz need a timeout with 23 even remaining. No shot clock now. They just need a 2-point basket here quick. They're going to Scotty Barnes. He struggled today. Barnes going to get an open look. Settles for the jumper. It's rejected by Mark Williams. And the Hornets will play the free throw game as Melo going to hit the first one. And put this one out of reach pretty much if he hits this one. And he does. 109-105. The Jazz call their second or final timeout. 12.8 remaining. Kessler inbounding it. He's going to go to Colin Sexton. Sexton pumps, pulls up, no good. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Brandon Miller is fouled. The Jazz will have a last-second heave. Can't even hit that one. The Hornets walk into Salt Lake City and get a squeaking victory here. Squeaking by the Jazz, 111-105, the 6-point win. A lot closer than it probably should have been. That second quarter was very rough, but man, Tyus Jones, impressive showing. He's only averaging 10.5 on the season, but man, he was really good. The 29-year-old guard is playing for something, probably a contract year, I imagine. And that was actually almost his career high. His career high is 31 and more. It was his career high in three-pointers attempted. Don't know if it was his career high, and no, it was not his career high in three-pointers made. Scotty Barnes struggled from the three and from the field, but he had 17 and 5, so still a good all-around game for Scotty Barnes, but they're expecting more out of him than that down the stretch. Walker Kessler having a rough season there at points per game-wise, but yeah, good game here, 14 and 7. Hornets, all around, big game. Nobody really shined, but Brandon Miller, I mean, those three-pointers in a row at the beginning of the fourth, we probably don't win without those. So his 17, 5, and 5 was crucial. LaMelo had 16, 2, and 8. Mark Williams, 16 and 20 with 4 blocks. Big block at the end there on Scotty Barnes. And KCP, 4 of 7 from 3. He had 16 the day and also a block. Willard Bell, 1 3-pointer, but he was still contributing. Trey Mann, 8 points. Stephon Castle, 7, 5, 7, 2 steals and only 1 turnover. Very efficient game for him. Nick Richards had 6 and 6. Drew Holiday had 2 and 7. This was about as complete of a game as I could say this team has played just yet, because everybody really carried their weight, and yeah, that was very impressive there. The Jazz aren't a great team by any means, but they're not a bad team either. They've got a good, talented roster. So a big win there for the Hornets to get there over 500 now at 20-19. But that's going to be all for this episode. Next episode, we'll actually featuring the trade deadline. So tune in for that special. And I hope each and every one of you did enjoy this. Have a great rest of your day. Catch you next time.